dear Deputy Secretary General, Wan Yanwen, the delegation of the CSHRS. First of all, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to attend this symposium by China Society for Human Rights that is here in Geneva, Switzerland today. My name is Dechen Shak-Dagsay, and I am a Swiss-Tibetan artist who grew up here in Switzerland since childhood. Donc, pour les gens de Genève, je suis une Tibétaine qui est grandie en Suisse et j'ai un grand plaisir d'être ici ce soir pour attendre, pour participer à ce symposium que je trouve que c'est très important. Donc, it's an honor to be here as an artist to represent my music and my music dual ensemble together with my music producer, Dechen. I am the eldest daughter of the Tibetan Lama Tatsé, who lives now in Chengdu since many years. After our dear mother passed away 22 years ago, my father decided to go back to Tibet, who lives now in Chengdu. So my parents were probably one of the first Tibetans from outside to go back to Tibet and engage in social life. So my parents rebuilt the monastery of my father's monastery. They built a clinic, they built school, and when my mom passed away, her last wish was, don't forget the people of Tibet. Please continue all the social practice. And that's what we did. And thanks to my musical career that started off, I don't know, some of you may have heard my music or music. I had a beautiful collaboration with the unforgettable legend, rock legend, Mrs. Tina Turner, who passed away last year, unfortunately. But of course, this collaboration with Tina, a legend in this world in the music, has opened a lot of doors for me also to really be internationally recognized as a musician from Switzerland who performs Tibetan mantras, ancient Tibetan mantras, with the music beautifully composed by my producer. And last year, there was an amazing historic moment that we could celebrate. We got an invitation from the Lhasa government to play a concert in Lhasa. And you can imagine what the feeling this was for me. I grew up in Switzerland from the age of 3. And to be in Lhasa for the first time in my life after 64 years. And the first time hearing Tibetan language spoken all over the place, feeling home. So it was for me feeling coming home, and coming to the place where my roots are. So Lhasa, the place of the gods. It was incredible. So when I got back, I told people, and hardly anybody could believe it. What? You were allowed to sing in Lhasa? How come? How did you do that? And I said, look, music opens the door. The music that I sing, ancient Tibetan mantras that are deeply rooted in the Tibetan Buddhism, with the core values of developing love and kindness to all beings, no matter of what origin, what age, what faith. So this music opened the door for me also for Lhasa, for China. And this is just absolutely amazing. And when we went there last year, I asked my producer, I want to be prepared to sing a song for the people in Lhasa that everyone knows. So We prepared a very old Tibetan love song. And when I started to sing this in Tibet, the tears were running down the faces from the people. And also I was so touched. So, and I'm so much hoping to go back to Lhasa to play a concert with my 5 Swiss musicians to embrace the Lhasa people with our music. So it's also thanks to my music that opened the door for me to attend this event this evening and to connect and exchange views on various topics with the delegation. And because the mission of our music has always been to build bridges between peoples, build bridges between cultures and religions, and to promote mutual respect, mutual understanding, and to build trust. Building trust is the foundation of being able to communicate with each other. And this, again, is the first step and key of resolving problems together and to work for a wonderful future together. I can see and I heard from Professor Chayang that China has successfully implemented an unprecedented educational program that can benefit almost 1 million Tibetan children. Let me thank you for giving our young generation in Tibet such a unique opportunity to excel in their studies, and each one becoming a precious gem shining from the roof of the world. Thank you also for the absolute poverty eradication of over 500,000 Tibetans in Tibet, in the Tibet Autonomous Region, in the TAR, by the end of 2019. This is indeed very impressive, and it deserves acknowledgement for enabling Tibetans a dignified life. I had the chance to see a report on the boarding schools before I came here by the well-known Kampa TV, and I'm very glad to see already before I came here that the boarding schools are putting a lot of emphasis to teach the Tibetans their native language. And it's very important that they can speak, read and write Tibetan, and also obtain an academic degree in this subject. It is so important because I am a Tibetan from the diaspora. I'm 64 years old now. And I can see that preserving the Tibetan culture in the diaspora will become more and more difficult. Already now, with the 3rd generation of the diaspora, the Tibetan language is more or less gone. It is a very sad fact that the generation of my grandchildren will not be able to speak, read, or write a proper Tibetan when they grow up. Therefore, my hope is that the young generation in Tibet will be able to preserve the Tibetan language and writing in order to carry it on to the next generations to come. The Tibetan culture is deeply rooted in the Buddhist teachings. Buddhist teachings can be divided in 3 parts. We can practice Buddhism as a faith, as a religion. We can practice Buddhism as a philosophy. And we can practice Buddhism as a science of nature. Buddhism as a philosophy holds a wealth of wisdom for the world, as it is about finding the root of all problems that mankind creates in this world, problems that lead to conflicts and wars. It holds a treasure to understand how the mind functions and how to lead a more balanced and happy life. Last but not least, I would like to express my wish that this Tibetan students' boarding school project in Xizang will be very, very sustainable and successful. And there is one wish that I would like to express, as I said, as a Tibetan from the diaspora. We have to make sure that the young Tibetans in Tibet, they feel a sense of pride about their cultural heritage. And I think already now you have done so much in this respect. When I listened to the presentation of Professor, it really warmed my heart to see this young generation of Tibetans be able to preserve the language, preserve the reading and writing. This is, for me, something very precious. Thank you so much.